I've had with Cena and the ones with Brock back in the day too.
Cena circa early 2000s? Like
Dude, it
US
seems
Championship?
like we've had so many feuds. I just know that John Cena and I always work well together as far as he sells, I'm a giant. At the end, I take an AA, everybody's happy. It's one of those kind of things that I don't even have to see the guy at all. I know it's going to be good. He knows what I do. I know what he does. We're good. Rock and roll. There it is. It's easy. Like Cena's the kind of guy like I'd like to have that last retirement tour with because I know every night would be good and it would be easy as hell and it'd be awesome. So.
What was the harder fall with the suplex with Brock or Mark Henry when the ring fell
With
down?
Mark because Mark was terrified. Mark didn't want any part of that. I mean, he was shaking more than I was. He doesn't like heights, doesn't like being up there, wasn't having it. And Mark is so crazy strong. Like he could have just went and took my head off, and the rest of my body would have been up there. You know, it was harder with Mark because Mark was not as comfortable being up there, and there wasn't a lot of room for Mark and I up there. Brock is different. Brock's an animal and he's athletic. He's like a giant cat. You know, I mean, he's got 2 toes barely on the ropes. I mean, he's fine. He's, you know, Mark and I are both 2 400-pound guys with a balance of like, you know, a chopstick. So we're both ready to fall over anyway. So with Mark and I, it was a little bit more nerve-wracking. With Brock and I had no idea what to expect with all that. You know, when that happened, it was like, holy crap, that was cool. You know, it was pretty cool. So I had a lot of good moments with Brock. It was funny, you know. Brock's back with us now, and he's such an intimidating, imposing guy. You know, it's funny to see the new kids are tripping over themselves and stuttering when Brock's around. I'm laughing because, you know, I fought Brock all over the world for years before he even went to MMA. So my nickname for him is Hammer. That's what Paul Heyman and I refer to Brock as his Hammer. Because he's like fighting the hammer. Because every time he hits you, it hurts. So he's like fighting the hammer.
What's the most painful thing you've ever fought in the ring?
Painful thing in the ring?
Not the Mayweather?
No, it was just a broke nose. That was fine.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say. Yeah. The 4 nights I got hit in the nuts in a row, 4 nights in a row. Yeah. I actually did a spot in a cage match with, I think, CM Punk. And the spot was we're both on the top ropes, and I think I chopped him, and he fell down. When he fell down, he hit the top rope, which then I was supposed to catch myself in the crotch for a double sell. Well, I did. I hit my tailbone on the rope. And I like fractured my tailbone, so that just out of knees and stuff like that. Like I've never really hurt anything instantly in the ring. I mean, I fractured an eye socket. That was fine, but that's just a whack. I broke the nose. That's just a whack. All the injuries I've had has just been wear and tear and stuff. But that tailbone one just sucked because it hurt for weeks. Like you couldn't sit on the planes, you couldn't sit in the car. You know, it just hurt constantly all the time. It was such a minuscule little injury, but it was more annoying than anything else. Like you can ice your knee, you can get by with it, but you know, when you got your butt hurts, what do? You just deal with the butt hurt. But yeah.
What was your favorite world title win?
Favorite world title win? I don't know. That's a good question. It depends on who I was working with at the time. I think my first WWE title run, I got thrown into a match. I think it was
Survivor Series.
Stone Cold got hurt, and all of a sudden I'm thrown in a match, and then all of a sudden I'm WWE champion. Like I had no idea what to expect with that. When I beat Brock in the Garden for the title, that was very cool because I had Heyman with me, and we had a nice little run with that. You know, it was a good opponent for Brock. Probably my first legit win over Flair with the original championships. Probably the one that sticks out the most. You know, and of course, you know, Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania for the IC title was pretty cool too. Because you know, I think that was one of the first legit WrestleMania wins that I actually got a pinfall in one, because I think the one before that, I think I was in a tag, and I think my partner got the win. So that was the first time I actually won something. Like, hey, I won at WrestleMania. Holy crap, this is cool. You know? So it was cool that Cody was cool with that. And I think I put it right back on like a month later. I stepped through the table or something. Which Dusty used to always give me grief for that finish. He goes, why don't you put him over this finish? Dusty, I'm a giant, so it's the fact that I stepped through the table and Dusty never got it. And Cody used to get so pissed because Dusty would give me grief every time he saw me that I didn't put Cody over this finish. Because Dusty's old school, he always put somebody over their finish. But I can't take Cody's finish. I'm like too big for it. So that was just Dusty giving me a hard time. What do we got here?
Okay, so this is
This is like an egg and a protein bar and a
some coconut naan. We've got 3 items here. They're really delicate style. They're more of the dessert, but then you got this one here, which is a really popular of them all. The most popular. You even got a guy going around the street selling these things, saying "Balut."
What is it called?
Balut. Yeah, exactly. You're one of those guys. They go around
awesome.
with bikes and then they got a basket full of these things.
Sounds like I'm trying to burp but can't quite get it done.
So
what is it?
We got Lynn. She's gonna explain exactly what this is. Oh no, sorry. It was Lewis. Lewis, go champion.
It's basically unfertilized duck egg.
Unfertilized duck egg?
17 days old. So
I
yeah.
personally never eaten one.
Cool.
So basically, it's a 17-day-old duck.
So that means it's going to have like a duck embryo.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
No, that's wrong on so many levels. Are you kidding me? My kid would stab me if I did that.
that's why we wanted to give you one.
No, I'm good. I don't want to get stabbed. I'm good. I'm good.
One of the
kidding
guys
me?
here is he's going to demonstrate
gonna
how to
eat
do
it?
it. The champion right here.
You really eat this? You're kidding me, right?
Come
Is this,
all
is
the
this
way
a
back.
practical joke? Are you guys?
No, this is
You've been
This
swerved.
is what the Filipinos eat almost every day.
Why would you do this? Why?
I never
I know, but what's the deal? Is it like a delicacy, or
Yeah.
does it actually taste good?
Closer. There we go.
Hey man,
Crack it
something
open.
gets on me. I'm just letting you know. I'm gonna turn those into contact lenses. Just letting you know. All right, you gonna crack the top. This is like food your grandparents ate or something, right? Because I know my grandfather would drink like buttermilk, which is the nastiest stuff on the planet.
And then you have to drink the soup.
So,
Yeah.
there you go.
There.
He's showing you the proper way. Okay.
Then you keep opening it.
Uh-huh. The soup. So that was just basically blood.
Kind of with fluid.
But it is good.
Embryonic sac.
It's good with salt. They put salt on that.
Oh yeah. So those cat turds.
And salt or vinegar.
Oh,
There
really?
you go.
Oh.
And
No, that shit makes me want to be a vegan. I'm sorry. Oh. Good. Okay, that's like a little baby duck, man. That's like Donald Duck.
you eating Donald Duck, man?
You're Donald Duck, man. What about Daffy?
So
Oh man.
that's
And you're really digging that. This is like something you do on Fear Factor. Like you would ace Fear Factor.
probably Fear Factor US, but in the Philippines it's just a piece of cake.
Yeah.
It's just a snack. It's just a snack.
Wow, it's like a bologna sandwich.
Yeah.
I mean, who knows? You all know what's in bologna. I mean, I like a bologna sandwich, so I guess it's all weird.
Well done. Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you.
See, I think y'all are BSing me because he's the only one that ate the egg, and all of y'all are looking shocked.
Yeah, no one's even tried theirs yet. But
Yeah.
so
I don't think it's that much of a delicacy. I think you didn't eat one.
no, I've eaten one in my whole life, and then that's it.
And you're from Australia. You guys eat kangaroos and stuff.
Yeah, kangaroos. Give me a kangaroo. I'll eat that instead of that. Not duck.
Oh, man.
But yeah, this, next in line we have the suman, which Lynn is going to explain what it is.
Suman is a Philippine rice cake.
Oh, cool. I can have a rice cake. That's good. It's not like Baby Donald.
It's cooked in coconut. And
good in coconut. Ah.
And then there's covered with banana leaves.
Oh, it's covered in banana. So you unwrap it.
Yeah, unwrap it.
Okay, see, I happen to like coconut a whole bunch.
There
All right. So I'm not gonna, let's, Kermit the Frog's not gonna pop that every day.
we go. No.
All right. So it's a banana leaf?
In English, really, it's sticky rice.
Sticky rice.
Sticky rice.
Ah.
Bit sweet.
Oh, wow, that looks really good. It smells good, too.
Yeah.
I really shouldn't be having this. I'm gonna have a really tiny bit. Wow, that is sticky. Holy smokes.
So,
Yeah, that's good. Boy, it's starchy, though.
yeah, it's a good carbs.
This should be like great right before you train legs.
Right? Pre-workout.
Pre-workout. That is good. Hmm? No, I don't want to. Sure, this is
Yeah,
good.
you're not eating sweets right now.
No, I'm trying not to, but you know what? The carb engine just kicked. I haven't had carb. Carbs. I'm supposed to have. This is really good. Actually, this is nice.
It's not bad.
No,
I usually have it before the gym, so.
there you go. And what you got there?
And then
Burrito?
the next one, a burrito. Jet is gonna explain what this.
What is this?
It's called the puto bongbong.
It's a puta bonbon? Dude,
Yeah.
I can't smoke weed. I can
So it's yam, dried yam.
Yam's good.
Yeah, it's cooked in. That's why it's called the bongbong. It's bamboo.
That's right.
They cook it over there with glutinous rice until the steam goes out, and that's the finished product. They usually eat it here with margarine or butter.
With margarine or butter.
Yeah.
And or brown sugar.
Yeah.
Okay,
And
and why is it purple?
It's mixed with a bit of yam.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yams are orange, aren't they?
No, they're purple here. Local.
Here in the Philippines, they're purple.
Oh, don't put brown sugar on it. Yeah, so this is a dessert?
Yeah, this is another dessert, but then it's a snack as well. So it's just like a sticky rice.
Right.
Kind of
It's got yams in it, so yams are
And that's
slow
good.
burning carb.
Yep.
Wow, is that sticky?
Yeah, just like the sticky rice.
It's like gelatinous. It's like gum.
There we go. So,
Holy shit, that's good. Wow.
I think you really taste it because you haven't had much sugar. So there's no.
That's probably what it is. I haven't
Yeah,
had
see,
sugar.
I know that feeling.
But right now I'm like, wow, that's so good. I haven't had sugar in a while. Wow.
So that's
That is not what I expected it to taste like. Holy crap, that's good.
So they're the top three right now. Well, actually, there's plenty of other snacks that the Filipinos usually.
No,
dish
this
out.
is like ridiculously good.
Oh yeah. There we go. Round of applause. Killing it.
Well, holy crap, that's good.
Try the
This
balot.
can, I wonder how many calories are in this.
How
It's
about
like,
balot?
what is it, like 3,000 calories or something?
So they kind of want you to eat the balloon.
What?
They want you to eat the balloon.
The balloon. The egg?
The egg.
Want one hand, shit in the other, and see which one comes up. Not happening.
Not happening.
I'm not eating Donald Duck. I don't even eat duck, like crispy duck, Chinese restaurants. I don't eat duck. I can't do it. It's just, I'm pretty much a cow, chicken, pig guy. Salmon. That's about it. Wow. I'm really amazed. This is purple.
I was shocked when I came here too, man, and saw it was purple.
I
I was
mean,
like,
it's very buttery and rich and
Yeah.
all I'm thinking was like, okay, if I had to do like a long bike ride, this would be an awesome snack halfway through it, right?
definitely make you endure the whole bike ride.
Right. I'm gonna have to work out tonight. I'm afraid. All right, you supposed to put brown sugar on this?
Brown sugar.
Yeah.
You sure? You ready for that?
I don't know. Okay, no, I'm done.
That's that's it.
Wow, that's like crack. That is absolutely amazing.
All right, guys, a round of applause. Trying it.
Hey, what's that called? With the boom boom?
Yeah. With the boom boom boom.
Boom boom.
No, it's
Hey,
boom
boom boom room. Hey, get rid of it. Boom boom room. No, what's it called? Puto
Puto boom boom.
boom boom. Boom Bong.
Close enough. Yeah.
Boom Bong.
Boom bong.
Boom boom.
Boom Bong.
NG.
Yeah.
Boom bong.
Boom bong.
Bong and
Bong boom.
Bong and
bong.
No, it's
Bong and Bong.
Yeah.
the end
Like
is
the
the
bong.
NG, so it's boom bong.
Boom Bong.
Basically. Buka boom bong.
Put the Boom Bong. All right, well, close enough.
All right, guys. If you have any other questions, any other questions, we're just gonna
Come on, guys,
wrap
hit me
this up and then go for it.
Who do you think is the best member of the Shield?
The best member of the Shield? Well, they don't have the Shield anymore.
Yeah, but like
Oh,
for
who do I think is the best member of the Shield? All three of those guys are amazing. I love Dean Ambrose's wackiness and unorthodox approach to things and his guts. Dean is very gutsy and very brave. He gives 110% every night. Roman was always a guy that you fought that always had power, passion, and intensity. Whenever you fought against Roman, you knew you were in a fight. He had that island blood thing, and he wasn't a guy that he would take massive amounts of punishment and give you massive amounts of punishment back. But if I personally sit down and say, okay, who is the best member of the Shield, I'm also putting this guy in the same category as one of the best wrestlers in the business today is Seth Rollins. If you look at what Seth does on the microphone, you look at the matches that Seth has, you look at his endurance in the ring, his strength for his size, because some of the moves that he does are really big power moves that are bigger than somebody his size should be doing. I think Seth is one of the best wrestlers that's come down the pipe in a long time. He's one of my favorites to watch in the ring work, to be on the same team with, and to work against him. Seth is, barring injury, knock on wood, I think Seth's going to be one of the greatest WWE superstars of all time. And that's my personal feelings from being around the kid and understanding his work ethic and what kind of dude he is. Seth is a very humble, hard-working, kick-ass, step up to the plate, take a challenge kind of guys. And all three of those guys are really unique, though. That's the thing about the Shield that really made the Shield work, is you had three guys from three kind of different dynamics that all worked well together. I'm excited that we have, Roman's going to be on this tour to the Philippines too, because he is just really, he's a powerhouse. He's one of those guys that, with the right storylines and the right opponents, Roman Reigns is so impressive, it's ridiculous. And Dean's doing great. I mean, he's got that wackadoodle style. He's like a Roddy Piper, New Age Dean Ambrose all rolled into one. Dean's the kind of guy that you're always watching because you don't know what he's going to do next.
Thanks,
But my
guys.
pick is Seth Rollins. He's the greatest ever. So there you go. I have two wrestlers that I love to watch wrestle. One's Randy Orton, and the other is Seth Rollins. Just because the way they do stuff, Seth and Randy have a way of making our business look elegant and beautiful to watch. Like you look at Randy Orton when he does stuff sometimes, Randy makes stuff look so good, you go, oh crap, I wish I could do that. Like he makes it look effortless and easy and smooth and good. Seth does the same thing on his end too. So those are guys I like to watch work. Now, I also like to watch Kevin Owens work because I love Kevin Owens. Like, I'm a Kevin Owens fan. I love the way he cuts promos. I love the way his tweets. I follow Kevin Owens just to read his tweets. And he knows it, and he'll say, I like to make my wife and kids happy and pop the Big Show with my tweets. Because his stuff is hysterical. Like, he had one guy one time that says, oh, you can't see me. He goes, yeah, I can. You're standing in a cornfield pretending to talk on a phone, taking a selfie of yourself. Because it was the guy's picture. Dude, I blew snot bubbles. I laughed so hard. Because I'm like, yeah, you can see him. He's right there. So anyway, Kevin I like because he's not your typical WWE looking superstar. He doesn't have a tan. He's not covered in baby oil. He's a guy that walks out there that looks like, I'm here to fight, and I'm going to kick you in the teeth, and if you got something I want, I'm going to take it. And I like Kevin's attitude. And plus, in the ring, he's very athletic, he's very quick, he's very innovative with some of his moves and stuff that he does. He's fun to watch. So there you go.
All right. Thanks,
That's all
guys, for
that
your
in a nutshell.
questions.